What is going on, Burke fam? I am Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. Hope everyone is doing well on this Thursday. We are back with our Thursday night chat. I'm excited to talk comic books and review them with my friends. Before we do that, though, let's hit that intro. All right, I want to go ahead and start bringing in my panel. I will say that we are waiting on one other person to join us. It's going to be a little bit different of a panel, just a little bit different than it normally is, and that's cool. I'm excited about it. First up, though, let's bring in Adrian Pandawesome316. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Started feeling a lot better, so decided I should hop on, say what's up.
There we go. There we go. And next up, you might know him as formerly known as Adventures of Mark and Finn. It is now Legion of Comics. We got Mark. What's up, man?
What's up, comic fam? How's it going?
Dude, we are doing well. We are doing well. I do want to say, before we say hi to everyone in the chat, thank you to the channel members. We got Ruben Guzman, Mark over here from Legion of Comics, Sam, the cover collector, Mike V, Dan, DJ Links, Keith over at Deep Dive Comics, Robert Flash 6792, Dustin, the comic book poser, Selwyn Collectibles Lounge, and Kidrano Prince. Thank you guys for being in a family tier. And thank you to supporter tier as well, which is Panda is one of them, Awesome LeMay, Southern Comic Geek, Two Bros Comics, a whole bunch of people. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Before we get into who we're sponsored by, we got a fourth member of the team. What's up, dude? What's up, Ryan?
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Dude, it is going well. It is going well. And also, like I said, don't forget our sponsor, comic_book_pressing on Instagram. Protect your comic book investment for as little as $10 by using Eric from comic_book_pressing. He presses all tiers and grades of books, and make sure you use my promo code BURK54 to get free shipping back to you. Every one of our Thursday night chats is brought to you by comic_book_pressing on Instagram. All right, let's go and hit up that chat and say hi to everyone. Adrian is here. Dude, I don't know where everyone's at, man. Everyone's playing that PS5. Hey, how's it going? Gabriel, what's up, man? And Ryan is here. Man, I just don't know where everyone's at. This is crazy. Normally there's a whole bunch of people in here already. That's all right. How's everyone doing? You guys have a good day?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Busy day.
There's like some playback there. Someone got the screen going in the background or something? I don't know.
I think it was me when I was changing my phone. It lasted half a second. Don't make me feel bad. Changing subject. I finally have a few off days from work from the holiday season, so I'm excited going into some downtime.
Wait, isn't tomorrow your day off?
Yeah, tomorrow, and I actually get the weekend off. So I've been on a long stretch since like a week before the holiday. So the holiday is finally, Thanksgiving's finally over for me.
Oh, dude, I was gonna say you've been saying that the holidays are the busiest time of year for you. So
I get this nice little 3-day weekend, then I get geared up for the back-to-back Christmas, New Year's, and then it's kind of a calm month after that.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad you have a couple days off. I'm glad.
Me too.
Okay, so this is the part of the show where we're going to show off what books we grabbed this week. All right, I'm going to go first. I have a huge stack, for me at least. Okay, let me figure out where I'm going to put this stuff here without damaging stuff. Okay, I don't know where I'm going to put it. Maybe I'll just.
Am I the only one who notices how fresh that haircut is?
What do you mean fresh?
That's a fresh haircut.
What you mean, like it's new, or it like looks fresh?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Light years better than what was going on last week.
Dude.
It's those clean edges.
I'll tell you what, I've been getting lots of compliments about it.
Yeah.
Lots of compliments.
We'll add one more to the book.
Thank you. All right. First off, what's up? Two Brothers Comics. How's it going, man? Hashtag Team Barry. What's up, Nick? How's it going? All right. First up, we got. I didn't show this off in my video, so this is the first time you guys are seeing this. I got some King in Black tattoos. Two of them.
Nice.
Oh,
Were those given out with each issue or just specific
Yeah,
covers?
he
Or
just gave me two.
very cool.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Superior Hero Reviews? How's it going? Yeah, he just gave them out, so I was able to snag a couple of them. So that's pretty cool. Okay, now let's get into this haul, which I think is pretty gigantic for me at least. And there are still a couple of books that I said no to. I'll probably get next week. Okay. Kajana Prince, what's up, man? How's it going? Making fun of my hair, probably. Okay, here we go. Batman 104, the Matina variant. Gotta love it. We're gonna review this tonight. We're gonna review that tonight. Hey, what's up, Todd Reed? How's it going? Firepower number 6, which we will talk about as well. Did anyone else feel like this book was like super short?
yeah.
It felt abnormally short.
I
Like,
felt like
huh?
it too.
I felt like it was like 18 pages.
Like Mandalorian short.
Well, last week's wasn't as short as it was like 2 weeks ago. What's up, Dale? How's it going, man? Okay. Thor number 10. I asked for the the nullified. I was given the regular cover, and I'm like, hey, do you got any nullifieds? He goes, yeah, I'll get you one. I got it. I love this cover. We can talk a little bit about that if you guys want. Okay, all right, cool. This came out last week. I've not had a chance to read it. I'm assuming it's trash. It's been trash since Williamson left, but it's a cool cover. I like it. Had not had a chance to read this, even though it was someone tried to spoil this to me like 5 times yesterday.
Deceased.
Southern Comic Geek tried to spoil it like 1,000 times.
It's so good.
Dude, it really is. Yes. It's your cover of the week, huh? You guys think it's that good? You know what's interesting is Thor's hardly even in this book.
Yeah, right?
It is a cool cover. My cover of the week is the Spider-Man Miles Morales number 21, 1 of 10, or this cover, which is a movie poster cover of Shazam, but of Mary Marvel, obviously. So those are my 2 favorites. I didn't get the other one. This came out last week. It was free. I didn't go last week, but Future State. It's like a preview of it or something, right?
It's a full breakdown. Lays out where every story takes place on a timeline and what goes on with them.
Cool. You haven't read that yet. And this is the big one. This is the big one. King of Black number 1. He had like 6 or no, he had 6 covers still. He had 7 or 8, but he sold out of the white cover with this tattoo on it, which I was gonna get that if I could.
One.
But then he had like the all black one, like the sketch cover one, and a couple other variants. I didn't like any of the other variants that much. I'm like, I'll just get the regular cover. So, but honestly, it doesn't even matter because like the story is so good.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this. I have not had a chance to read this yet. My God, it's so heavy. It's so heavy. Timothy Best of Donatello, number 1.
That was so good. I love it.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
I'm assuming it's great just because the Best of Raphael was amazing.
Say what?
The Best of Raphael was really good, so I assume that's really good too.
The Best of Raphael was really good, and the Best of Donatello was actually pretty good too.
Wow, nice. I did not know that. Hey, I was not able to get a Daredevil, so if anyone got one, let me know and I can buy it from you.
You got that FOMO.
I do. I do. Which is interesting because remember the girl that played Elektra, Jennifer Garner?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually watched a movie from 2018 last time. I'm getting off track just for a second. We watched Peppermint on Netflix. Have you guys ever seen that?
No, I remember the
God.
trailer and stuff, but I never watched it.
So basically, it's a female version of the Punisher, which is crazy because like the Electra becomes Daredevil, right? Well, in this movie, she basically becomes a Punisher. Her husband and daughter were killed, and she goes after the people that killed them and all these other bad people too. And it's amazing. You guys got to watch it. It's on Netflix. It's Jennifer Garner kills it. Came out 2018. Anyways, we watched it last night. Peppermint. Okay, Power Rangers, the LCSD cover.
Beautiful cover.
It is. Honestly, I kind of wish now I would have gotten the regular cover when it came out, the 1 of 25.
I think it looks better with the foil, though.
There's a little bit of some color rub on the side that I didn't see till now. I don't know if you guys can see that. Those are not ticks, they're just color rub spots. You see those?
Mm-hmm.
Right there. There's a whole bunch of them. Oh, well. And then this one does not have any of them. This one is the Momoko Power. Okay, so the last one was Mighty Morphin. Sorry. This is the Power Rangers LCSD foil. So that's my haul. Sorry, I took forever to do that. Next up, we got the Adrian Pandawesome316. What'd you get this week, bro?
Okay, so I went to my LCS. This is my Storefolio. Got all that. Burke, I need a sticker. I need one of you to come up with the sticker.
I have a sticker. I just haven't gotten any made, but I'll get some made and I'll send you one.
All right. And I was going to say, Mark, if you got one, and Ryan, if you've got one too. I got one coming in from Dale from Iron Dad Comic Clad. He's sending me a sticker, so I'm going to put all my friends on my Storefolio. So
there you go. I need a Storefolio.
Nice.
I'm out.
You need a Storefolio?
Yeah, I need to buy one. I also need to buy a slab box because I got 6 slabs that won't fit in the box.
Yeah, I definitely need to buy a slab box too. Okay, so I only picked up 4 books today, which has been my lightest week of all the weeks that we've been doing this. So I picked up Thor 10.
Regular cover? Nice.
Yeah, I got the regular cover. They didn't have any of the nullified covers anymore by the time I got there. So I also got Firepower number 6, which this did feel short, but I definitely want to talk about it. Then Batman 104. Got that Matina cover. And then I got that variant for King in Black.
Ooh, I love that variant. That was the only cover of the variants that I thought about getting.
Yeah, and that was the only one that I wanted, was the one with all the dragons and stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool.
That's badass.
This was really cool.
I like it. So you got all the books that we're basically talking about tonight. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
They were all in my pull list. So
before we go on to Mark, we got another person joining us. We got another Mark. This is Mark Spector Comics.
Nice.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
what's up, Dave?
Dude, we're doing well. We are doing well. We're showing off what books we grabbed this week for New Comic Book Day. You're gonna go last. You got some time to grab yours if you need to. Mark, you are up next, brother.
All right. I had a medium-sized pickup, and I haven't picked up my Marvel books or my indies yet, so I still have TMNT, a Marvel Snapshots, One Shot, and Firepower to pick up tomorrow. But yesterday I got Strange Adventures number 7 out of 12, and this is Tom King's one of his series, and it's been really good, and it's kind of a big issue for it as well.
I feel like you're a Tom King stan.
I'm really not. It's the characters. He did Mr. Miracle, which I love Mr. Miracle. I like Adam Strange, and I like Rorschach. It's just random that he's done those titles lately. And then the Batman Catwoman. That's just kind of I wasn't not going to pick up the new Black Label book, and I'm glad I did because it was fantastic.
See,
Dude,
I heard from someone else that it wasn't. So
yeah, well, I talk to people who have the poor taste too sometimes, but this was fantastic. Whether it's not your average monthly rollout book. It's completely different. It goes in way more character depth. I love how he hops around in it, and he's pulling so heavy from the animated series that if you enjoy the animated series at all, it's almost a must. Like, it is an absolute must. I did pick up the Justice League Endless Winter, not because I expect it to be great, but because I pick up Justice League stuff anyways. And I'm excited about the whole Viking Pass thing with it with Black Adam. That just looks fun. And Daniel Warren Johnson did a variant for it. He did Wonder Woman Dead Earth. And I love his art. He also did Murder Falcon. He's an amazing writer-artist. I picked up the Tales from the Dark Multiverse Wonder Woman War of the Gods, where they do a twisted take on famous stories from the past. It was great. And competing with Batman Catwoman for my read of the week is Deceased #6, that Matina variant with Dr. Fate. That was insane. Cover's insane. The book was insane. That was fire.
I need to read it.
It was fire. And then I was able to pick up the 2 that weren't in my box last week.
Nice.
And I was able to find some more back issues as this was floating around in the LCS. So I'm trying to fill that in where I'm missing holes, and hopefully I can get a reprint of #2. I don't need the expensive ones. Thanks, buddy.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Ryan.
That for me. There's been a win.
What'd you get this week?
Well, I haven't made it out to the store. I'm gonna be going out Saturday. My wife had to work yesterday, today, and tomorrow, so I'm pretty much stuck at the house with the kids. So I'm not gonna make it out till Saturday. I'm sure most people have seen my video, but pretty much what you guys were showing off. I'm probably gonna grab Thor. That was a cool read. King in Black was pretty cool. And then like the Orville Unearthed and that Texas Blood I'll be picking up. So and Firepower, of course. Can't forget the
I
Firepower.
was gonna say, cannot forget about Firepower.
No, that was best read of the week.
Oh, he's already going with his read of the week. He's letting the cat out of the bag. Wow. I
will say, like, it was a quick read, but I didn't feel like it was short. It was a quick read though, like but there was plenty of content there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. There was some interest. We'll talk about it. Dave from Mark Spector Comics, you're up next. And I will say this: I just got done watching, or when I say just got done, like a couple hours ago. Finally watched that. Is there a delay when I'm talking? Is there a echo or anything?
No.
Okay.
Really?
I finally just got done watching that the Moon Knight. I couldn't say it. Moon Knight Spec Talk with Kevin, where you made it up to the studio.
Nice.
So Dave was looking super jacked in that video. Oh shoot. Okay, off topic. What'd you get this week, Rob?
All right, so I'll show the books I picked up. I went to like 2 or 3 shops this week. My state's back in lockdown mode, so I had to go over the border to Massachusetts to pick up some books. So I'll show up the quick back issue stuff, and then I'll show you my this week's comic stuff.
Nice.
So I picked up this Star Wars Legacy #5, and it's signed by Adam Hughes.
Oh, nice.
Got that for $10, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
I think there's some I don't know, first appearance or second appearance in there. I don't really know, but I couldn't pass up a signed book for $10. Batgirl #50. Was able to get that. This came out a while ago.
I love that cover.
But I like these. It's a really nice cover.
That's pretty cool.
And then this week's books, if you guys saw my videos, you probably already know what these books are. So King in Black, issue #1. I got the tattoo cover.
I'm
jealous
so much.
I'm super jealous.
I thought it was really cool that they gave you the actual tattoo, and then they had the tattoo cover, which is really cool.
This is all I got. I just had a tattoo.
So I got
That's
the
awesome.
tattoo cover, and I was able to get one of the secret variants.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, with the thing on there, which is pretty cool.
I was gonna get one of the secret variants that my LCS had, but man, they all came damaged. So I was like, nah. Plus, I'm gonna read it anyway, so I might as well just get one of the variants.
And then obviously the big hot book spec book of the week,
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Yes.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, it was a
Nice.
Flexing.
A and cover B. So these things flew right off the shelves. I heard some people were like waiting in line outside their LCSs to get them. I was lucky that they had them there.
Wow.
Those are the pickups I got this week.
boom. Boom. There we go. Is that nullified cover going for more than a cover A?
I think they're going for about the same.
Okay.
Do you need a cover? Do you want one?
Is there feedback happening? Do you guys hear feedback? Is there echo or feedback happening?
Nah.
I don't. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get one. I'm going to check a couple shops next week.
All right, let me know.
All right. So, what do you guys want to review first? To review. Wait,
Batman.
I didn't see Mark Spector get Batman though.
I didn't get it. No, I didn't. They didn't have any. They were out. I don't know why.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Nullified Daredevil is legit Mark Spector comics. Nice.
There was a lot of nullified covers this week. Surprisingly, I think they're going to carry on next week as well.
Mark, did you read King in Black? Yes.
Yeah, I'm up to speed on it.
Okay. Maybe we should start with that since everyone read that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me grab my book here. I will say this. I was a little bit confused on a timeline of this if you've been reading Venom, because in Venom 30, they were gone for like a year and a half. Like I know they went to another timeline, but then when they came back, the whole Earth was already black and like covered in Noel's stuff.
Goo.
Yeah, and so in this book, it's like that didn't happen. Did anyone else feel that way? That's been reading Venom.
Yeah,
Let
I didn't think that they tied in Venom real well with King in Black. Like it didn't feel like it just overlapped with each other. It felt like it started a whole new chapter with King in Black.
I felt the exact same way, man. Felt the exact same way. But outside of that, that's just being picky, which I feel like there was a reason why he probably did that, because he's writing both. So I feel like, I don't know.
I can't imagine him being that sloppy.
True. That's true. Okay. So this issue, I think we can all agree, was pretty much insane, right? Like,
Yeah.
I knew something with Sentry was going to happen based off of Dave's video from yesterday. But I did not anticipate that at all. Like,
I didn't.
that was crazy.
I didn't think
It happened so fast.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to happen the first issue.
I just meant like within a couple panels it happened.
Yeah, it was right. It was right away.
I didn't think that Sentry could be killed.
I was under the impression he was immortal
Yeah.
from previous storylines, so I was a little shocked by that.
Yeah, I mean, isn't he supposed to be basically Superman?
He's essentially the knockoff version of Superman.
The knockoff version.
No punches pulled.
Yeah, well, I like the character. I'm just saying that's what he's compared to most often.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah,
but
well, Donny Cates did tweet out that there were going to be some deaths.
That is true. That is true. I mean, I think the biggest thing we can say is that
Maybe
he's a scroll. I think the biggest thing we can say, bootleg man, is that they're definitely building up how powerful Noel is. Like, we already knew.
Yeah, we knew how strong he was going to be.
But we didn't, like, you don't know until he rips Sentry in half.
Now, is Noel aware of the Earth's heroes and the Avengers and stuff? Because when he showed up and walked out of the Celestial, he was just asking for Brock and paying no mind to the fact that the world's mightiest mortals are in front of him.
Well, he
Like,
did
he
also
didn't-
say though that he expected more of a fight though. He did say that.
Yeah, but did he
Yeah,
know who?
it
Like,
seemed
I haven't read all this stuff leading up to this. Does he know who they are?
Yeah, I think he does because there was a couple times where he would say, especially when he was talking about Sentry ripping Carnage in half, he was like, "I've seen this before." So anything that Carnage sees or Venom sees or any of the symbiotes sees, I'm pretty
got
sure Null sees it all too. So that's why I was under the impression that he knew who all these people were. So, I mean,
I think the whole, him ripping up Sentry was kind of like a temporary thing. As you saw in the previous series where Sentry ripped up, Carnage, and Carnage is obviously still back in comics. So these deaths are usually very temporary.
Yeah, the second time he did it.
Yeah.
He did it in New Avengers and Absolute Carnage.
According to Wikipedia, Sentry, one of his powers is immortality. So
So I was just surprised to see it happen so quickly in the.
how does that happen? Like, I don't understand.
Maybe it's like Highlander or something.
I was just thinking that too. I was thinking that and a werewolf.
Can we all agree that we think that Dylan Brock is going to be the person to stop Null? Like, do we all agree with that? Like, theory?
It seems too obvious.
It's very obvious.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I feel like this is kind of going to be an event that, like, I think, Eddie's going to die and Venom's going to have to, like, mature and he's going to bond with Dylan as more like a mentor, father figure kind of thing. And then you get, like, a new Venom character with a different relationship to the symbiotes,
That is true. That is hilarious. Yeah. So in the last story arc of Venom, he was able to touch Annie and also Venom, and the Venom did not roll back like it does of everyone else, or the symbiote, I should say. Like, there's something there for sure that I think that we can all agree he's going to be the new Venom, and yeah. Sentry ripped Carnage in half?
Yeah.
I guess so.
What I was pretty excited, though, is that when he ripped open Sentry, it released the Void, which is the evil of Sentry.
So when he comes back, then he's going to be all good then.
dude, if Squirrel Girl actually does make an appearance, I swear to God, I'm dropping every Marvel title there is that I have on my pull list. That's a big cop out. Like, honestly, when Squirrel Girl, defeated Thanos and everything, that was such a cop out.
It could be Thor. Yeah, that is true. That did happen in Thor 10. That is a spoiler right there, for sure. I'm done. Just like what's that?
Yeah, even Two Brothers said it.
Yep.
Squirrel Girl shows up, I'm done.
I think Dylan is the
She's
guy.
very popular, though.
I don't think so. I think there's another character that has not been yet revealed, or maybe it's like from another universe. Like, we got Codex from another universe that was bad. Maybe it's a Codex in another universe that's good. Who knows? I don't know. But I definitely think, and we all agree, I think, that Dylan is going to be the one who stops Null. And that's why he wants him from the beginning, because he's like, okay, I'm going to kill this kid before he can kill me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's going to take the power of the symbiotes, and Dylan's going to be the one to make the kill.
Yeah.
It'll be a cool build-up.
He is not the King in Black. It's already been confirmed that the King in Black is Null, but I don't know. I thought the book was shocking and amazing, and the voices were great, and I liked that we got the X-Men showing up, we got the Avengers, We didn't get very many Spider people showing up though. Got like no Spider people outside of Venom and Spider-Man. Did you guys notice that?
Well, I mean, Spider-Man wasn't even really there, and he doesn't say anything, does he? You just see his glove in one shot, and he swings off in another, right?
That's true.
He's just
What's the Fantastic Four up to, like in continuity with this?
That's
Because you
true.
only see him in the 2-page splash. When it's the 2-page splash that said King in Black at the top, you just see them, and the Fantastic are really small, and you don't see them again.
Hey, who is this one character that looks like Judge Dredd and Punisher put together?
Where?
where?
I wondered the same thing. The one
Is
that's
this the
shooting
dude
the
in white?
energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
one that's
Yeah, I
shooting
was
the
like, who is
Who
that?
is that?
It almost looks like Infinity Man, but that's from DC back in the 70s, but it's not.
It's not like
Obviously.
Nova without a helmet or something, is it?
No, it can't be. The whole time I kept thinking he's got the Judge Dredd, shoulder pads, but he's got the face of Punisher. And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
wherever I saw it, I was like, is that Judge Dredd? And I was like, wait, no, wrong
Oh, you're
universe.
right. That is like the only panel that the Fantastic Four are in.
yeah. Which, by the way,
And they're
can I
flying
say
straight
how
to
awesome
it.
it was to see the X-Men just show up. That was awesome. I
That
love
was
it.
cool. Iron Fist is there.
Yeah, everyone's there, pretty much. It's like the whole MCU.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, there's a lot
Oh,
of
I thought it was
like
Namor.
background characters and stuff.
Is it Namor?
No, that's not
No.
anymore. No.
Who is the cat? Who is that cat? The Venom symbiote will merge with Spider-Man again. No.
I think we're beyond that.
Mark Spector, long time no see, brother.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Hey, what's up, Tapia? How's it going, man?
What's up,
Yeah.
man?
Tapia in black.
To me, it looked like Judge Dredd, and I was like, I don't know, and I don't know. I never thought about it beyond that because I definitely don't have the well of knowledge that it would require to pull that out of there.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just thought one of you guys would know. So
Yeah, I was like, I guess he's shooting electricity because that's what
Oh, the female Daredevil, Elektra, is seen as Daredevil in this book. Did anyone else notice that?
somebody said it in the chat way at
Yeah,
the
Yeah, they
beginning.
did. It was Dale.
yeah,
Yeah.
Dan said that.
Let me do this.
Wait, she's in this book?
She's in this book, right here,
And I missed that too?
in the back, in the middle, right there.
I'm on that page right now, actually.
Yep, right there.
Yeah,
Oh, shit, yeah, she's right behind, was that Luke Cage?
Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Oh, yeah.
Marvel.
And Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Spider-Man's there. Okay, the Thing is standing there too. So they may not all have lines, but they're all there.
Yeah, there's like a ton of background fodder in this one. Like they're just everywhere. Every character, they're all in the backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, this was a
Okay, so that like snake-looking thing on like the next page, that is the Void
the snake-looking thing.
right here.
Yeah, the thing in front of him is the Void coming out of
Yeah,
it.
that's
Ripped in
that's
pieces.
the void. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
And,
definitely because I mean, you
And
see
I'm just wondering what it means for that to be loose now.
Yeah.
No, it shows him absorbing the void.
Oh, he absorbs it into himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
he absorbs the void and he takes on, his powers with it.
So he's already super powerful, and now he's pretty much unstoppable. the Power Rangers are showing up. Oh shit! Yes.
Yeah,
sure.
I didn't feel like there was anybody missing in this book, but I just thought it was, like I was surprised Spider-Man didn't have any like even spoken lines really in it. They just tell him like, "Go away, don't save us."
Black Cat's in here. I didn't see Miles Morales though.
Hulk's not in there.
So okay, when they kept talking about bringing in the big gun, I thought for sure they were talking
That's what I
about
thought.
Hulk. For sure, I thought they were talking about Hulk
And
They don't really have any say so over his comings and goings, though.
because he's the immortal Hulk.
yeah,
Well, he's-
I didn't see Namor in there either. Now that
They
I
just
think,
established that early on when the Avengers tried to go put him in check in Immortal. He waxed him, and they just let him do his thing now.
yeah, this was just a great issue. It's just nonstop action. I thought they were going to drag it out a little bit, but they didn't. He didn't hold any punches.
Dude, that was like that right there was like the most epic entrance I've ever seen someone
Yeah.
make when you ride down and walk out of a celestial that you're
Yeah.
controlling.
Pretty badass, yeah.
Robert, what's up, man? It got cold. So cold that 2 hours away from me, my buddy Panda got 6 inches of snow last night. And he
Oh, really?
messaged me today. He goes, Steve, did you get any snow where you live? No snow, but
Oh,
really cold. Really cold in the Midwest.
You see like light tan sleeves on your pullover.
I woke up Monday, it was like 28 degrees or something, and I had to like work to get my heater to work to take the chill out of the room, and by the time that happened, it was already warm again, and then it's just been raining for like 3 days straight now.
Dang.
But it's like 60, 70 degrees, so it's not even cold.
Oh, wow.
We went
was
from
like
70
one day.
to 30 in one day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's where we're at right now in the 30s.
I will say this. I thought, oh no, I don't do cold. Yeah, well, you have to hear.
Yeah.
Dylan was hidden where Silk and Cindy Moon was for 10 years.
Oh. Okay. So that's what that bunker was?
I guess so. Okay, here's what I want to compare that to. When they sidelined Tommy in every single big event. That's what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like Dylan, he's just as he's going to probably end up being one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel universe in coming years, I think, at least. But I did not. I will say this: I did not expect this amount of action in this book. Like I heard that there was. I did not expect this much this quickly, at all. And the Celestials, I did not expect that either. That was crazy.
That I had an idea that there were going to be some Celestials in there because he was responsible, I think, in what Absolute Carnage or one of the Venoms that he took off the head of a Celestial or something like that in one of the issues. So I wasn't surprised to see that he was riding in a Celestial.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy when he
cool.
exited. Yeah.
It's crazy. This is an overall epic issue. The art is good.
The art was good. That was some of Stegman's better work.
Yeah. I was about to say all out for this.
There's honestly no one that should be doing art on this except for Stegman, who helped create Null with Donny Cates.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Although I will say this about Stegman, I don't like the way that he draws Venom's face.
He's not amazing at drawing faces.
Yeah.
He's not amazing at it. Unless it's super close up like these. Like he's fine there.
He's almost on some Rob Liefeld level of giving people extra muscles. When Noel ripped the symbiote off of Eddie, he's just sitting there like with muscles on muscles on muscles.
Oh, really? No, I need to go back. Oh, yeah. It's just
that's some Heroes Reborn level muscles right there.
That's steroid.
That's that Cap with that chest.
Yeah.
With the chest on his chest.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think is going to happen in issue 2? Because I feel like the Venom 31 is going to hit on King of Black, but I feel like the main line is where we're going to see like the story after story. You know what I mean? Like,
is it going to be heavily driven by the tie-ins? I know there's a lot of tie-ins, but
there's a ton of them.
I don't think it will though.
Like with Empire, if you only read the main title for Empire, you have no clue what's going on. Each book, you feel like you're jumping onto a brand new title.
Oh, really?
Do you think they're going to do that with this?
I hope not.
I don't know. That's what I was wondering about because I was looking at the books for next week, and like every Marvel book is like whatever King in Black, and so it's like I was like, oh my god, I'm not reading any of these books. I don't know if by the time we get to next month with number 2, I'm not
what's
gonna have any
suck is
clue if
if,
it's gonna be all that stuff.
if 1 or 2 of them is like a necessity, like maybe not all of them, obviously, but it would suck if there's like 1 or 2 that are just key to pushing the plot forward.
I guess we'll find out in Venom 31, which, like Hannah and I said, it did not feel like Venom 30 and King of Black 1 went together at all.
Well, if it doesn't start with him falling off a building.
No.
I mean, you literally read Venom 30, and there's no way in hell that you would think that that's how King of Black should start.
Well, that's what I'm saying. With 31, he should start with him falling out of the sky.
Unless there's time travel involved and there's like 2 Venoms and 2 Dylans at the same time. That's the only thing I can think of. The tie-ins this week were not good. Which tie-ins were those? I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought it was a cool intro as somebody that isn't reading Venom or anything. It was a cool intro, You got the nice like shot coming in on Thor, and then he's like talking to Cap, and then he jumps off the building and turns into Venom. That was all cool, and it kind of like set the story in motion. And I don't know. One thing I didn't understand though was like they said they were in a mountain, Avengers Mountain, but then he's like, "Where are we at?" So what was he talking about there?
I have no idea.
Who was it? Tony Stark and Captain America.
Maybe with
then
the plan.
Later. Maybe they reference later. They start talking about like the big guy or whatever. So maybe that was just like an early nod to that. It was weird though because it was like we're in Avengers Mountain, and then he's like, "Where are we at?" And I was like, "Huh." That's a weird way to put that together.
Weren't they trying to get all the little satellites set to try to blow up the dragons at that point?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It might have been just a nod to later.
I don't remember seeing Iron Man fighting at all. He was just
he's always sitting in the control center.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was being a Barbara Gordon.
So
I didn't know this till today, but is Null's big weakness electricity?
I didn't know that either.
Oh,
I'm asking.
Electricity, magic, and power cosmic.
Well, we do know that the symbiotes hate fire. And so I'd imagine
I can't remember who it was that mentioned this to me, but he said like where like the normal symbiotes can't deal with like the sound, like Venom, how the sound waves get him, that Null's thing was electricity. And I'm like, this is the wrong planet to come to then.
That's true.
One of the things that I saw in Thor 10 was cover for King in Black 3, which I thought was fire. Did you see this?
Hold on.
Oh wow.
Thor fighting Null.
Why does his suit look weird?
Huh?
His suit looks weird.
I know. But you got the God of Thunder, and it says, "What's a god to a king?"
That's true.
I think that was a really cool fire book.
They just quote Kanye on the comic cover.
So that means he's not going to come until issue 3 then.
Probably. But I did like how they alluded to him not being there.
So maybe
they did allude to that they couldn't get a hold of him.
Maybe the Black Winter shows up in issue 2.
Yeah.
He did say that the Black Winter is not done.
Oh, he's coming back. Yeah.
So all those people that spend all that money on Thor 5 that are like, crap, that book's not worth what it used to be. Maybe it'll go back up again. Who knows?
No.
We'll see.
They got upset, sold it for cheap, and then it's going to go right back up.
That's how comic books are, honestly. That's how they are.
I don't know. I'm gonna need a good explanation on all of that, though. That's all. Because if you're like, oh yeah, we built him up forever, and then he just disappeared into a snowflake, and now he's back. Like, you better have a really good reason, because I don't know. That was kind of a blue ball scenario there.
Well, I think it's gonna have to. It's gonna have to lead into that next probably event with Thanos, because when that happened, he saw Thanos in the future holding the gauntlet on Thor's hammer, which maybe that's how
with all the Marvel zombies.
Maybe that's how King and Black end. Is they have to go to Thanos for help,
Ooh, that'd be cool.
and Thanos is the one who defeats him with the stones using Thor's hammer of the lightning.
They're gonna take the black snowflake and have it forged into the new gauntlet.
What's up, Warlord? How's it going? We are talking theories, King and Black. We are
Did you spill it?
having some fun, talking comics and hanging out. Okay, so my two theories, obviously Dylan being a guy that defeats Null, or having to go to Thanos, merge it with the hammer and all of the Infinity Stones. That's got to be the only possible way. Those are those are my two theories. What do you guys got? Those sound good, or you guys got any others?
Oh, I definitely think that Dylan's playing a huge role in it.
I feel like Mark right now. Like,
What did you say, Amanda?
I said I think Dylan's going to play a really big role. I don't know about him being the god of light, but he could end up being the King in Black. You know what I mean? Like at the end, he absorbs everything and ends up being the King in Black at the very end.
1,
Ooh.
2.
So he could be the King of Black, like you think. He's gonna defeat Null, and then he's gonna be able to control all the symbiotes everywhere in the universe.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a
Now
good theory.
you can see that the whole Earth is just covered in that symbiote goo.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you
So
could
he's
have.
gonna be the one to bring back the light.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
See, I don't have enough context to even speculate, but all I know is I saw Fantastic Four members. Where's Franklin? He could handle all this on his
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's from another universe now, right?
With
He's not from this universe.
I don't know.
And the
That's what I'm saying.
Maker, where's the Maker at? Is he gonna come back? We are talking Dylan. Yes. Mark Spector Comics. What do you think?
I don't know. We'll see. I think Black Winter is going to have a big deal into this actual series. You know, stuff that we haven't really found out too much about Black Winter is going to emerge in this series, and maybe the Black Winter is the actual sleeper of the entire series.
Maybe Virus saves the day. I don't know. Shoot.
Oh, shoot. Did you guys see Donnie Cates' tweet about crossover?
yeah.
He said that retailers, make sure you order more than you think for issue 3 and especially issue 6. Those are going to be huge issues for crossover. All he did is just drive up that price of those books.
Yep.
That's all he did. And he's the one who hates spec people. I
He
see
says he does.
He's been known
Yeah.
to issue 3s in any of his stories key.
Do y'all think he's actually going to pull any other publisher characters in there?
he's teasing Superman big time.
Yeah, but if you look at variants, you've already seen the character flying through the shield who's like a Superman analog, and his symbol has a shape like the crest, but it's not Superman. Like I'm not saying that Superman won't pop up in it, but I've already seen like a clear cop out if they don't want to use actual Superman for number 2.
The Comics Lounge says Dylan would take over as Venom. I think that's what everyone's specking for sure. And I think Thor is with Black Winter. Who knows? Crossover 3 will have Todd McFarlane art.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean that is kind of the thing about like purchasing on spec on that series right now is that we really don't have any clue, you know? Like we don't even know we've had one issue. We don't know what the series is going to be as to even guess what to spec about on it, like who's going to show up or what licenses they're going to use or what artists, you know? So it's kind of a weird thing to spec on with only one issue so far.
I mean, I would assume to see at least Savage Dragon and Spawn from Image, you know, like that's their
Yeah.
2 biggest mainstays, you know. We haven't seen any actual characters, established characters yet
Is
at
it-
all. So maybe,
An Invincible Image?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be a waste not to use him right now with the series coming out and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to think of how much money they would have to give the Siegel and Schuster family to put Superman in a mature rated other publisher book.
True. Crossover
Yeah.
is boring. I thought the first issue didn't deliver as much as it could, but issue 2 comes out next week. So we'll
I'm
see.
excited. I'm gonna give issue 2 a run, but issue 1 did not wow me. Like, sorry, Mark. It just
Didn't wow me either.
Well, no,
I'm a Superman guy. You know, I get it.
to
Dude,
me,
with that
like the
last page-
characters.
That's true.
To me, the characters and the story were kind of boring, but the hook and the world I find really interesting. I want to know more about this world and how everything crossing over affects it. Those characters in that story, if they don't appear in the rest of the books, like I could care less. Like they were, that whole thing was dumb. But the world that he set up for it, I thought was really cool. So
What got me was all the real world Easter eggs. The fact that it was set place in Denver, where like the largest comic collection, most valuable comic collection in history was discovered, where the biggest comic store on the planet is. The local comic shop guy who was sitting there giving everyone crap whether Wortham was right. And y'all know who Wortham is. He's the one who enacted the comic book code. And that dude was even drawn like Chuck, who runs Mile High Comics. Like there's just so much stuff to play with as a comic fan in there. It was total fan service. And I don't think they really set up much of a story or anything. They just, like you said, established a place. That's all.
yeah.
Well, I'll give it a whirl. I'll give it another whirl.
That would be really cool though if like they're digging into like comic book history and
Yeah.
two different, you know, like real world history on this side, and they're crossing that with like comic book history. I think that could be interesting. But it might be something that could be like Ice Cream Man, where it's like a whole anthology style thing and nobody would care. We just want to see the little history tidbits.
I gave 7 Secrets a whirl, and issue 2 was good, but after about issue 3, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can't do anymore. This is just boring to me. So, you guys got anything else on King and Black before we move on? We kind of got off on a tangent there.
Anything else on Kate's?
Oh, we can talk Thor. You guys want?
Oh yeah. Did y'all read Thor?
Well, I know Panda did.
Yeah, I read Thor.
Why'd you say it like that?
David and Mark, what did you guys read?
I read everything DC
Oh, wow.
and then King in Black via someone else reading it.
Let's talk Batman then.
What's that?
Let's talk Batman then.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Before I didn't want to barge in, but my son just woke up. I have to actually head out.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, man.
I wanted
All right,
to read the rest of the books, but he just actually woke up, which kind of sucks.
Hey, well, thanks for coming on, Dave. You're always
Quality time.
welcome to come on, and you have a good night, bro.
All right, good night, guys. Sorry.
Take it
Yeah,
easy,
man.
man.
Later. Okay, we're going to talk Batman, and we all read it. So, here we go. Batman 104. By
Amazing cover.
Brandon IV. What's that?
That's an amazing cover, dude.
Who is this below, though?
I think it's just a villain, just a crook. But that vantage point with like the rail coming at you and everything, and dude, that was just that's just such a cool angle, man. That is an awesome cover.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've seen better
It's not.
Matina covers. I've seen better Matina covers. It's not bad. Not bad. Okay, so this book actually delivered a lot more than I thought it would, because we kind of get an origin of the Ghostmaker, right? And we kind of get Batman being on his heels. I kind of felt like at the end there, did anyone else get like a Saw vibe? All being in one room?
oh
Want
yeah.
to play a game?
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
who was doing the interior art in this?
It was
Thank
not.
you. I was going straight to that. It looks like it changes, like from
Yeah,
like
that
when it's
was
on
cool.
Nightwing, they got like the
If-
third grader to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna
You're
say
smart.
that art drove me crazy. Yeah, it's 4 artists actually. It's
Oh,
2
you're
teams
right.
of 2. Mhm.
Ryan Benjamin and Danny Mickey, and then Bengal and Guillaume March.
Well, the B team is horrible, but whoever did this was fantastic. The
Right.
Last time
flashback
I
art.
actually stopped, I was like, "Wait, is this one of those Snicker ads?"
This looks awful. This looks like a kid.
That's the third grader, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
DC
reading it,
said
and I
they're
was
hiring
literally
some new young talent.
Yeah.
when I was reading it,
look
I
at
kept
that.
thinking, I was like, man, Steve is gonna be so upset with how wrong they did Nightwing because he gets
Oh,
all the worst
I
art.
was not happy.
Look at him. Look
That
at
is not,
him.
that is not
Go
good.
to the top of that page, or the page before it. Go to the page before to the top panel. No, the page before it.
Yeah, the one you're looking at that you're flipping.
That one, when he's flying through the air. Yeah, right
Oh,
there.
same page.
Look, oh
when
my
he comes in
God.
the coffee shop, yeah. It's like somebody's really awful,
What is
bad
that?
rendition of the animated series art or
No
something.
detail on a suit, nothing.
You don't even get eyes or nose.
It's
Or
just
a
like
symbol?
a blue blob for his mask.
Some of the
Yeah.
worst art I've seen.
And his mask takes up 75% of his face. You're like, what is going on?
Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that. I was like, man, this art is it was so bad. I had to go see who was doing it. And then I was like, wait, there's 4 names here. What the heck?
Later, Coco. Thanks for coming in, bro.
Then
Uh,
there's another strange little body dysmorphia shot here.
What the?
Mm.
I was like, what happened?
They're
So
like,
weird.
oh, you think the Green Ranger had weird legs?
He's talking about the first scene of the Green Ranger.
Little crab leg scene.
Can I say something
Yeah.
about the Green Ranger real quick? A little bit,
Please.
a little bit spoilery. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
He makes a big. How do I say this? He does and doesn't do what he had been doing the last couple issues. I'll say that. Where he comes in and like saves the day, and everyone's like, "What the hell?" He does, but he doesn't do that in the next issue. I'll say that. Okay, yeah, the art
That
here.
was
good.
this helpful.
I know, right?
That was this helpful, Berg.
Glad we stopped for that tangent.
He's going to do what he's not going to do when he doesn't do it. You know, I'm so pumped for that
You
issue.
will understand what I mean when you see it.
I know.
I'm sure.
I'm so pumped
I'm sure.
for it, though. I have to refrain from messaging you like 3 times a week, like, what's coming on with Power Rangers this coming this year? I know you know.
Review. I'm going to make another spoiler-free review.
That'd be cool.
I hope
it's more helpful than that last one.
I
What
was
do
gonna
you
say, I hope it's as spoilery as your little
tease.
gift there, your little tease there.
I'll say a little bit more in it, just so people.
Why,
That motorcycle was going way too fast.
dude? They made him look so. I don't even know, like a 3rd grader drew him. You're right.
How many
Mark.
artists have we been through since 100? They change
All of
every
them?
issue, right?
I mean, they went from one of the best artists out there right now with Jorge Jimenez to 3rd graders, like Mark said.
Now,
Yeah,
this dude,
He honestly
whoever's
looks
doing
like
this is
the janitor from AT&T was the one that drew this. They were just like, "Hey, have you drawn yet?" "No, I haven't drawn." "All right, come on."
come on.
Well,
We
we
gotta
will
make
pay
it look the
$5
best.
a page.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But
And
okay, we can be done talking about the art if you guys want. What do you guys think of the writing?
Okay. I thought it was
fine.
yeah, this one to me was definitely a step up and a step in the right direction from
Comics
the last one.
PS5s. What's up?
And PS5s.
Chino
Yeah.
Comics and PS5s.
I thought this one, like, they finally laid it out. I think this whole thing would have just been better though if they had somehow worked that into the last issue and this issue, like gave us all of this, and maybe expanded a little bit more on Ghostmaker. But it's weird that last time they gave us almost nothing, and then this time it felt almost like they had to cut some out to even fit it in,
the whole half mask thing, how he's even in flashbacks, he's always been half masked. Now he's just no mask.
Yeah.
And
So I don't
it
know if
shows
there's
that he
a
has
gap here.
eyes. And so there's something weird. There's something weird there about his eyes.
Yeah, but even in this flashback, this is before the flashback in the last issue.
It is.
Because
There's
he's
some-
re-meeting him in the last issue. So, like there's a time they were separated where we don't know yet what happened with his eyesight and stuff. Assuming that he wasn't always blind,
he's stitching up Batman, so obviously he can see something. So I don't know what's going on there with his.
Yeah, but I think
he
he's
can
like
see
a Daredevil analog.
You think he can see just fine? So why was he wearing something over his eyes like an issue or two ago?
I don't know. I don't know why any of these people
But
do any of this
if you look
stuff.
at his mask, when he's standing there in the rain, you see where his eye holes are?
He doesn't have them.
They're like here. They're like
Yeah,
down.
he doesn't have eye holes on it.
Yeah, I haven't ever felt like he had eye holes. That's probably just like for air.
So we think he can just see through it.
Like honestly, I don't know if he's blind or not, but I do think that he trained, especially what we saw in this one, lets me know like he pushes himself, So I wouldn't be surprised if he trained with like some kind of crazy monk or something that taught him to like sense things around him, and eyesight's almost like a evolutionary step back for him at this point, and so that's why he had his eyes covered,
Yeah, the cover collector is right. He looks like Cyclops with his mask there.
Yeah, and it's the same thing as what was over his eyes. Like,
See,
Yeah.
those eye slits are the same place Peach Momoko draws Power Ranger visors. It makes no sense.
I will say this: a lot of the Power Ranger visors are not like great for the eyes if they're putting it on normally. Like, it's not in a great place.
Right.
It just looks good.
God, I'm sorry. I can't get over even the Snickers.
Looks good.
The freaking interior art that we had for Dick Grayson. I feel
Yeah.
so bad for Nightwing. Like he got did
And
so
why? I'm assuming that it was like to save time or something. Like I don't understand why you wouldn't have at least an equal quality artist on the other half of the story, I mean, I don't see why the same person couldn't do it. It's not like we were going to get confused. But
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird choice in general.
Do y'all know where these artists have worked before or outside of this book? Because I know DC is bringing in a lot of new people come the first of the year. They might just be slowly working them in now.
Yeah.
They need to cut page rates because they're hemorrhaging money. AT&T's eating it all up, and HBO.
Dude, HBO's just Warner Brothers just lost their everything. They announced today that every movie releasing to theaters in 2021
movies.
is going straight to streaming.
I just tweeted to James Tynan the fourth asking if he's blind. So we'll see. Maybe he'll respond. Probably not.
I was gonna say,
Probably not.
we'll find out on next week's episode. I'm not gonna wait for that tweet to get answered.
Well, if it was Ryan Parrott, he definitely wouldn't answer me.
Yeah, wouldn't hold my breath there either.
He does not reply to me at all. But he didn't block me, so.
I like how you're surprised by that.
Okay, well, you hear the story, right?
Yeah, where he responded one time and never again.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, "I'll be there," and then didn't show up.
And then it just ghosts me. It's fine. I'm not upset about it at all.
And that's
No
how he turned
resentment.
Steve into the Ghost Maker.
Man, I'll tell you what, these Bat girls, they look like a book that, third graders would read.
As far as his, I feel like we're
That
not
was a
actually
fun
talking
little,
about
like,
story here.
That was a fun little thing, fun little nod there, I guess, like Ivy spelling out Arkham. I thought that was just like a nice little touch.
Kind of keeping her in our attention because was it either Batman 100 or 1027 with Queen Ivy, the little short story in there showing you that she's doing really good for herself right now, but she's not like showing up in anything else. It was one of those books. It might have been the Joker War, that one shot, the War Zone. But she's doing really well for herself.
Well, that's good.
I don't feel like this Batman book really pushed the narrative at all, though, because it started with Batman laying on a hospital bed in Arkham, and it ended right there. As far as the backstory goes, it didn't give us nothing new about the backstory. Bruce and Ghostmaker have known each other since their training days, and they've been feuding since their training days. We're still right there. The only thing that it added to it is that Dick Grayson was aware that a character called Ghostmaker is out there somewhere that Batman knew, and he obviously isn't that big of a deal, or Batman would have done something about it already. So to me, just like it did with the last issue, it's deflated the Ghostmaker even more. We're slowly deflating him. We're not adding to his mythos. We're not adding to his danger level here. He just healed Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I just hate the way that it's like we have so carefully dug through all of Batman's history and like every little detail of his life. But oh yeah, here's this other thing that we conveniently forgot to mention once again, and we're inserting that. And then to be like, and even Dick Grayson knew about it, and somehow he kept the secret too. Like, people don't keep secrets, especially if it's not your own secret to keep. So like, that's one thing that like I have a problem with superhero comics in general, is just like constantly packing the history. But like, where are you fitting this in that we haven't explored? They have dug into his past so much.
And also blasé when he was talking to Barbara about it. He's like, yeah, I looked him up one time because, you know, I thought it was his partner and I needed to kick his butt. Okay.
Which doesn't even sound very
Robin-esque.
Yeah, like DC hero in general would never like threaten to beat up another vigilante.
That's a Jason
like
Todd
weird.
Robin.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder if James Tynion was just like, I need to just get this book done on deadline, and he's just like, I already did the Joker War. I'm tired today. Let me just finish this book.
Dude, I called it 2 issues ago that this right here is the Batman version of what Flash is right now. It's just filler to get us through.
Yeah, because I mean, I was all in on like, you know, he took over and like, okay, let's give him these issues, and like, I don't know, I feel like we keep making excuses for why his Batman isn't that great, you know. Like, I mean, at first it was like, well, he has to kind of correct everything that Tom King did so he can set up his own stuff. So after 100, it'll be good. And it was like, oh, well, what if he just kind of meld this one in because he's trying to get to something better, you know? Like, at what point are we like, okay, come on, man, like, you got to give us something really good to account for, you know?
Okay, which one of these two is Batman and which one is Ghostmaker?
Oh, I was assuming the one in the black is Batman, the white one is Ghostmaker.
That's what I assumed too, just based off their hair. And based off of the white shirt guy's reaction when he says, I told him
Ghostmaker wears white. Batman wears black. Also, your protagonist.
You go back a page, it's down here too.
Yeah. Well, then your protagonist should be moving left to right to progress the story, and your antagonist is moving right to left to try to stop it. So,
who is this guy? I've seen him before. Who is that guy?
That's Wildcat from the JSA. It's Ted Grant. Come on, man. Dude, you should go.
I don't know. I just laughed at it and moved on.
He's the old boxer. You don't remember?
Dude, he's awesome.
I don't know anything about
that. With a name like Wildcat, you would remember him.
I don't know a single thing about that character.
You should go back and read Jeff Johns' run on JSA. Just go get trade paperbacks. It's one of the greatest comic runs, dude. It was fantastic.
Is it?
Alex Ross covers across the board. They canonized the Kingdom Come universe. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, this book was filler. It wasn't his best work. The best part was the origin again of Ghostmaker.
Yeah.
Art was the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like this one better than the last one, better than the last 2 or 3, really. But all in all, it just, I don't know. It feels like, I mean, like Mark said, I mean, it feels like in the last 2 issues, the real present, current time story that we're getting in it is like 5 minutes of real life. And then there's just like all this fluffy stuff in the past and with other characters going on.
This is my theory. I think they're using this, and this is what I'm hoping for too. They've set up this whole thing with Ghostmaker coming for Clown Hunter. They're setting up Clown Hunter's just disturbed, broken, rightfully so. Who cares? But Batman wants to save him. Batman tried to do that and failed with Jason. We're about to have Future State where you have the next Batman character who no one knows his identity, including the team that he's on. And that's going to be the whole catch with who is this Batman? Why not make it Bao? Why not make it that Bruce succeeded in correcting him and doing with him what he couldn't do with Jason?
That would be cool.
Why not be Bao? I think that'd be awesome.
That would be cool. So, are they just getting rid of all these titles with Future State coming up? Like,
Weren't they postponing them until after Future State's over?
Yeah,
They're
all the main
dropping-
titles were on pause.
Yeah, they're. I mean, you know already where like Suicide Squad just ended, Batgirl ended, Aquaman I think is one that they're ending, and I mean DC's done this, Marvel's done this where they cancel titles over the years when things get tighter and they bring them back when they're doing better, but they're just doing a hard streamlining. You know, it wasn't just DC. The same week that DC like did a 25% reduction of employees and everything, and all the departments, Funko Pop did the same thing with like 40% shrinking. It was just a massive money loss thing. So they're just trying to streamline and just focus on the stuff that's selling, start aiming toward digital first to kind of get a feel on what people are wanting. And they're just using Future State as just kind of like the 2.5G. You know, it's not quite 5G between the Shattered Generations that's going to be coming out at one shot and Future State. It's what's left of 5G.
So are they going to make it like if Batman ends at like 110? Are they going to pick back up 111 after that, or is it going to go to a new number one? Have they even said that?
I don't think they've announced it. I would assume that with like Batman, with Superman, with Wonder Woman, they would obviously continue their numbering. Or if they got Detective and Actions never stopped their numbering. You know,
they have to because they just switched from like the 80s to 750 and up for Flash and Wonder Woman, so they have to. They couldn't it'd be dumb for them to relaunch that after they just did that. What, like 6 months ago?
Yeah, whenever any companies do that, they keep track of their legacy numbering. You know, it really
it won't matter.
It would be smart if they rolled out with number ones from like a marketing standpoint for at least 5 issues or something. You know,
yeah,
you can merge back in there. You know, Marvel did it by putting the low number and writing legacy and having the real number under it for a couple issues. Then they just kept the, they just.
That's what it'd be. It'd be Flash number 1, Legacy 7, whatever, know.
Because if they want, if they need money, the best way to get money is to do a relaunch. Because everyone wants number ones. Everyone wants number ones. So,
yeah, but I don't know, because I think this is where the whole Omniverse thing is coming into play, is that, for years and years, they bounced back and forth between pull new readers with new number ones, but satisfy the old readers with legacy numbering. And at some point, you keep making that compromise until you're at the ultimate end, And so is this it? Like, we're just going to have to Omniverse it because there's no way to keep both halves happy long enough to make any money at this point?
That's what they're doing with Future State, the whole Omniversing thing. When you read that preview book, they get into that. This is what they've been building up to. We talked about it briefly a week or two ago with Death Metal number 5 with Wonder Woman and Lex talking about, and they referred to that rope with the 4 knots in it as like all the crises and the resets. They've been trying to tie a new knot and it's not working. So they're just going to untie all the knots where everything counts. And that's what Future State is. They talk about it, how in this future, everything that's ever happened in DC has actually happened. And they're saying, forget the trying to tighten up and clean up continuity. It just happened. Let's just roll with it.
When does Future State number 1 come out?
The first Tuesday of January, and there's not as much as you think. There's only like 4 titles a week. Only like.
What's up, newbie? How's it going, brother? We're talking about Batman.
So we should know
DC,
what.
Obviously, we love ourselves some DC. We're talking Future State.
We should know what's coming up pretty soon, though, because previews
January
are 3
5th.
months out, and this is only 2 months. So once that starts to hit, previews are definitely going to be out for what Batman does after that ends.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
January 5th, you have Future State, Batman, Flash, Harley, Superman, Swamp Thing, and Wonder Woman. Out of all of those, they're all just 2 issues, except for Batman. That's a 4 issue. You'll get 2 a month for 2 January, 2 February. and most of them just die off real quick. And there's about 5 titles that are grouped together just to be like the primary Batman storyline that's going on. So you'll have Batman, Dark Detective, Harley, and Robin Eternal, and one more. I think it's a Superman Batman title that all have to do with the magistrate in Gotham. That if you're reading Detective, they're pulling it from Detective, not even from Batman 1, not even from Tynion's Batman. All of this continuity for Future State in the past that they're referencing is Detective Comics. And back in Batman or Joker Warzone, whatever, the police officer who lost his eye that Batman tried to save, he's running for mayor right now in Detective Comics and trying to do away with all masks. So he makes it to mayor apparently, and he hires this guy called the Magistrate to keep masks out of his city. That's why this new Batman has to run with no tech, no nothing, stay under the radar because of all the future tech in the city. We could detect him easily. And so it's going to be actually pretty interesting. And Bruce Wayne is this dark detective who's even farther under the radar and completely off the grid and kind of running the show from the dark. It looks really cool.
It's interesting that we don't even know very much with the amount of leaks that there's been about DC and other things that we don't even know. And we're what, like 5 issues into a 7-issue event with Death Metal that will be going on at the same time. And Endless Winter just started. And then they're going to do Future State while all these titles are still happening. It's weird what they're doing.
Endless Winter has no continuity at all. Like if you're a newbie reader and you go pick up chapter 1, it introduces the Justice League to you in classic, like whimsical fashion. It's just a random Justice League story. Like,
okay,
you know, it's not meant to be an event. It's just it's the holiday season.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I think that corporate issues have completely destroyed what DC is doing right now. Because we know this like Future State is basically relics of what this 5G thing was supposed to be, and with all the firings and reorganizing and internal issues that DC's had this year, I think it completely screwed up all their plans for Death Metal. And I mean, that one mostly survived it, but between that, I think Endless Winter probably got all jacked up because they had too many moving parts in their corporate structure. I think the 5G thing was a problem because of corporate structure. I think AT&T and WB have sucked all the money out of DC Comics this year with all their like restructuring and everything. They're trying to make HBO Max succeed. That's what it all comes down to, is they really need that service to keep them afloat.
Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, they announced that like all their movies are going to be going to HBO Max. I mean, people are going to be paying. Like, I don't know how much is it going to be. $20 a month.
$14.99.
HBO Max is $14.99. Mm-hmm.
And I pay $11.99 because I pre whatever before it actually launched. So they have deals out there that come and go.
I have AT&T for my internet service at my house, and so they just like threw that in. I don't even pay for it every month.
Newbie is a Iron Man stan. We had a big debate about who would win between Batman and Iron Man. I said Batman. Obviously.
Batman all day.
All day.
He would have a little button on his belt that just electromagnetic pulses.
EMP, yep.
Mm-hmm. It's like when people say Cyborg or Iron Man, who would win? That's funny. Now, did any of y'all remember the free comic book day book that was supposed to come out for DC, the Generation Zero book with Wally on the cover?
Yes.
It was supposed to be the lead.
That was supposed to be in the that flash forward trade paperback. It was supposed to be at the end. You got it.
Just for that issue.
Did you read it?
Absolutely. It was absolutely fantastic, dude. Like, it was so good. It was so good. You watch Wally come into his powers, my guy. It was so good. But this is going to end up, I think, having a little more relevance. I don't think any of this stuff is really going to stick or whatever, but at the end of Death Metal 7, there's going to be 2 epilogues. One's going to take you to Future State, and one's going to take you to who knows where. But I've already seen where there's a one-shot also coming out that's not being solicited on all this stuff, but it's called Generation Shattered. And again, in Detective 1027 or Batman 100 or Joker Warzone, one of those stories was Batman going to the museum where Commandy, the last boy, comes through a time warp wearing skeets from Booster Gold on his arm, time traveling, and he turns back the clock and turns Batman into first appearance Batman and says, "Come with me, I need you," and they go hopping. So that one shot with first appearance Batman, Black Adam, Commandy, Skeets, Starfire as a team with this amazing B cover, that's going to roll out under people's noses, and that's going to be following that Free Comic Book Day.
Generation Shattered. Okay, I have it right here. Hold on.
Yeah, pull that B cover up though.
And this is why the corporate structure is a problem, because DC won't hire somebody like Mark to hook me in on all this stuff, because that sounds way better than anything that they've ever advertised.
Need to be in on the pitch meetings here.
I'm the continuity king for DC.
Good Lord, that sounded awesome. I don't even know what it is, but I want to read it now.
Right?
Go.
There it is. Zoom in on Commandy, dude. Look how they even make him look feral. That is amazing.
This guy right here?
And,
wow.
Yeah, in the front, that's Jack Kirby's creation. I can go into it with Commandy, but he's like he's a descendant of a known character, but it's a long story. We won't do that. That looks almost like Bermejo Batman almost, but just an old classic version.
Yeah, you're right. It does look like Bermejo.
Now in Bermejo, and the way that they etched his the bat emblem on that is from the 1940-something serial with the Batman and Robin black and white serials you used to play before you'd see a movie, like 10-minute little snippets.
Yeah,
now,
have you ever watched
those?
They're
I
hilarious.
own both of them. They're really good, man. Don't even get me started. I own them on VHS and DVD. But I grew up watching those, and get this, the first person to play Captain Marvel Shazam was Tom Tyler. He played him in the old black and white serial. Now you have like Tom Taylor rocking at DC.
That's true. So,
but Bermejo did a cover in that serial style with Batman and Robin. It was beautiful.
This is a Bermejo cover. It says right.
It is.
9:30.
What is it, Panda?
Hey, it's 9:30. It's 9:30. I gotta go. But thanks a lot for having me on, guys. It was so fun hanging out with you guys. So I just wanted to say, you guys, I'm back.
Have a good night, man.
Got my voice.
What's up, Evan Timko? Long time no see, brother. Hey. We're live.
There he is, Evan. What's up?
There he is, Evan.
Oh, there's Biggie.
There's Biggie. What's up?
What's up, Biggie?
All right, man. We'll see you later, Panda. Have a good night, brother. And let me know what you think of those books that you finally gonna unbox.
Okay, definitely.
All right, later.
Oh, hey, there's that echo.
There's definitely that echo.
We finally found it.
Now that Generation Shattered is a $9.99 book.
Yeah.
Ooh, now I'm out.
So, am I the one with the echo?
No, I think it was Panda.
Okay.
It's gone.
I don't hear it now.
Yeah, it's 80 pages, $9.99.
Wow.
Oh, 80 pages? That's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't Pulp the Ed Brubaker? That one was like 85 pages, right? And that was a $17 book.
$17 book?
Yeah, it was like $16.99, or maybe it was $15.99. It was a graphic novel. It was hardback. Like, it's real nice. I don't know if I'm sure you've seen it. It's real nice. Pulp. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips earlier this year. It's like a graphic novel. I think it was like 85 pages. It's one story. It's like a real nice hardback and stuff. But it was like $15.99. I thought that's a little steep for that much story.
Hey, how much was that Flash Forward trade paperback?
$14.99, I believe. That's no. The cover price is $17.99. I'm sorry.
$18 just to read just that last story. I don't know if I can do that, man.
Hey. Yeah, $18.
What? Because you get a good price. You get a good price. That's right. That's right.
I like.
I would have paid $18 anyways because I was all into I got all the Flash Forward stuff going into death metal, and I was so pumped for that new comic book day. I was so pumped to see Wally imbued with the Manhattan powers, and that was like before it all rolled out, and you see that he's just kind of currently weak. I was just expecting him just to kind of take over DC.
I do like DC more than Marvel, but I'm starting to like Marvel and Indies more. I am. Though my shop asked me if I wanted that variant cover of Department of Truth #3, that black cover with the lady on the front. And I was like, it's a cool cover. But then I remember the art on the inside, and I remember this last story I did not like. So I said,
Do they really? He really committed to this one. It was like a specific targeted attack at an individual in a specific event.
so I'm assuming he was targeting the president. I'm assuming.
No, not at all. I'm talking about timing. He was targeting somebody who got kicked off of YouTube for the exact specific subject matter of this book, of this specific issue.
Who was
I'll
it?
just message it to you because I don't even want to bring up the topic because just talking about the actual
was it
topic
Jake
on
Paul?
YouTube will, dude, I'm not going to talk about it on someone else's channel, especially. I know you're like you were sweating that Mandalorian debacle, so I'm just going to message you. You might understand it, you might not. I want to tell you the person's name, send it to you, and there's the event. I just messaged them both to you.
Okay.
But he got deplatformed for even mentioning that stuff, and they demonetized him, kicked him off of Spotify, Apple,
Dude.
everything. I'm not saying they were right or wrong for it. I'm just saying you're operating under someone else's guidelines, so you got to respect that.
Yep.
He talked about that in that book.
He went that from front to back. That being said, there was a mother in that book whose child was part of a tragedy, and the department, like, they started talking about the tragedy possibly being a hoax. So you get to see the side of the department, the ugly side. Like, the men in black are all nice and happy. These guys have to come in and they have to clear out a conspiracy from becoming reality and leave this woman broken and self-loathing and helpless, where she knows that these people just came in her house and took away her truth, and she has no outlet to express herself. She finds herself typing away on a keyboard, wanting to rant about the men in black coming in their house, stealing her files, this and that, and then realizes that she'll just look crazy, so she just breaks down and she screams,
has no
crying.
tangible evidence of what happened, what she's saying. Yeah.
So the book opens up with that guy, a close-up of the face of that guy whose name I sent you, and it ends with the same shot of that woman making the same face, like opposite end of the spectrum, like someone who perpetuates something, and then someone who's the victim of it. You're balanced in the same twisted boat, just on the other end of it, man.
Yeah.
It was beautifully written.
Yeah, it's such a good issue, man. Like,
it's heavy subject material though, man.
Yeah.
Like if you like happy, shiny stuff, stay away from it.
yeah.
I'm glad I didn't grab it then, because I do
It's
like
one of
it.
those, like, you want to have a palate cleanser to read after you read it, because
Yes.
same thing. Did you read Alienated? No? Yeah,
I
no,
don't think so.
no.
Mm-mm.
It has some issues that get into like some really heavy topics like that, where it's like, this is incredibly good, but like it's almost hard to read just because of the subject matter, and like it's really well done, but at the end of it, like, you need, like, I don't know, a golden age Superman
You
book to
need
read or something.
You need a happy
Don't
chaser.
do that.
You need a happy chaser.
Yes.
Golden Age Superman was a jerk, picking Lois up
True.
and spanking her over his knee and throwing guys off buildings. Batman's first outing, he kicked a guy over a rail into a vat of acid. Next issue, he shot a dude in the chest while he was sleeping. He was a vampire, but still.
The Golden Age was a weird age.
Yeah.
Pulp era, man. Dick Tracy killed someone every other book, or let them die of their own in the freezing cold or something.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Pulp era was wild.
I think if Department Truth issue 2 was too much for you, 3 is definitely not going to be your jam.
Okay, so I was good.
It's
and
hard to go up from dead babies, but they did it.
Yeah.
read Rangers after.
That always makes me happy.
It does make me happy. It does make me happy.
Yeah, I was surprised they were able to one up babies. So
Yeah.
babies, that was intense.
Freaked me out, dude. As a father, it just freaked me out, man.
Oh yeah, it's not easy to read, but I don't know. There's something about it that you have to like, though.
Well, you have to enjoy like horror stuff. You know, you don't. If you go to a horror movie and you don't like it because it scares you, it's not for you. If you enjoy getting the reaction that you're expecting. You know, I watch
Yeah.
comedies to laugh. I watch action to be thrilled. I watch horror to be
True.
scared. You have to be in the mood for it. You know, it isn't like I just
Yeah.
get it and I'm like going through my stack all willy nilly. You know, it goes to a specific place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very particular about my reading order as
So-
much as I can
Absolutely.
be. Yeah.
When
How do
I-
you read Something is Killing the Children, Steve?
What?
How do you read Something is Killing the Children? I haven't started it yet. I just started picking it up. I'm going to read this issue 1, but isn't that kind of a darker book?
It is, but not compared to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All I really remember is y'all talking about a kid getting torn in half in like issue 10 or
That
11 or
happened.
something.
That happened the issue before I started reading,
Okay.
and I
At
will
the end of
say
issue 9.
it reminds me of Stranger Things, while Department of Truth reminds me of Candyman. Like Department of Truth is like a horror movie, while
Yes.
like
Something is killing the children is like very slightly not. I wouldn't even say more mature. If Spielberg was doing his 80s movies and like Stranger Things today, that's what Something is Killing the Children would be.
So it's Super 8.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Not quite to that same exact extent, but yeah, there's more gore to it. But yeah, it's kind of like a Spielbergian type horror movie.
Really cool. Panda showing out.
Right?
I'll be completely honest with you. If I didn't get it free digitally, I probably wouldn't even be reading Something is Killing Children, because
Was that a
I-
humble
I-
brag?
what's that?
Was that a humble brag?
I don't know. It's not a huge I'm not a huge fan of things that aren't super happy, but I wanted to give it a try, and it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know if I'm going
Dude,
to pick up any
Comics are
copies.
dark right now. I mean, look at King in Black, what we went through. I mean,
True.
we spent 15 minutes like talking about a dude getting ripped in shreds in just a split second.
That's true. But
It's superheroes.
it's superhero.
Yeah,
It'll work out in the end.
It does.
yeah, that is a thing though. Like,
Mm,
I don't know.
we'll
I
do it
think that's
tomorrow.
what made
Go to bed.
Williamson's Flash run like such a standout. Is it felt like throwback superheroes, you know, and it
Yeah.
felt more positive than anything you're seeing anywhere else in their line, you know.
He will be doing Justice League during Future State, I believe.
Mm.
He'll be writing that. So at least there is some good established talent in
Mhm.
there, not just rolling out all new people.
Yeah, that'll be good. They need
A lot
his
of
kind
these names I don't
stability and
recognize.
consistency.
So
And I'm all for like giving people a try, you know, and like giving talent an opportunity. You know, you're never gonna find anybody if you don't give them a shot, you know. But I don't know, like the way they did it in Batman, it just I don't know. That's like a title book. Come on, man. Like
True.
that's not where you try new talent.
Do you read anything that Tom King's done, Ryan?
Mm-mm.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say about Tom King, okay? His first 40 to 50 issues were decent. His very first story arc with Gotham and Gotham Girl was
Mhm.
magnificent. Magnificent.
I loved it.
But as the issues went on, even in those like one shots leading up to the wedding that didn't happen, you could kind of feel like his writing was taking a step back, and that every single character sounded exactly the same. And then I don't know if something happened in his life or something, but like every single issue after 50 was pretty crappy. And every single issue, like it barely tied into the issue before. And then he also destroyed my guy Wally, which I don't know how much Dan DiDio had to do with that. I'm sure it was a mixture, but what he
Well, if
did.
they had anything mapped out moving forward with Wally, you know, they might have just handed him like a template for him to work with.
What he did to Wally is inexcusable. In my
I don't
opinion.
know. I think it gave the character a lot more weight, man. I'm a huge Wally fan, and there was nothing intentional or any kind of malice with what Wally did. It was purely accidental because of his
Well,
like
and they've
because he was
tried.
broken, man. He was emotionally broken. I felt for that guy, man. Again, being someone with kids, can you imagine like that situation he was in? And then using that situation to introduce a whole new element and a whole new level of responsibility that all the speedsters have to contain that power. It's not just existing in them all simply. They're literally stewards of this power that is destructive that they're holding in.
Well, and they've tried to correct it by saying that Dr. Manhattan was part of it, or that the Reverse Flash. It was I think it was in the Finish Line story arc, wasn't it, Ryan? That it was the Reverse Flash that made Wally West do that. Like they were.
Oh yeah.
Would say that like other people made Wally do that to try to like make up for it, but still.
That's a whole Hal Jordan moment, saying the whole time he was killing all the Green Lantern Corps and destroying Coast City, it was really Parallax would poisoned his soul.
I don't know. I didn't like what they did. I didn't like it, and I didn't like his Batman run, and so that's why I'm very hesitant to pick up anything Tom King writes.
I've only read the first 3 volumes of his Batman run. I did read Heroes in Crisis, and I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was bad. I enjoy Booster Gold and Harley team up. That was just hilarious.
Yeah,
that was
Booster
cool.
Gold was the best part.
He was really cool. He's a fun character.
He is.
But all of his little individual just maxi series that he's done, I've read Mr. Miracle not having any clue or experience with Tom King, and I was blown away by it.
I have heard that he did really well in Mr. Miracle. I think he does well more on those characters that are just odd.
Yes.
Like
he has more room to play with them. They don't have so much established to them.
Like
yeah, I was gonna say it seems like he does a very good job with characters that have like not a lot of established history. You know, there's a lot of wiggle room. He can do whatever he wants.
People don't have these ideas of what these characters are supposed to look like. You can tell me as the reader that this is normal for this character, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Booster Gold. He did well with Booster Gold in a Heroes in Crisis. He did.
I do have Mr. Miracle #1. I just haven't read it.
Didn't he? He also did Vision, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did the Vision.
I think he did that. That was before Mr. Miracle, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read that.
Vision
I heard it
was
was
more
fantastic.
recent.
That was a really weird story. I read the trade and I was like, this is weird.
The whole point of me asking that was just to see if you picked up Batman Catwoman, Ryan, because it was fantastic.
Oh, nuh-uh. And I heard what you said earlier. I also heard some podcasters. I'll call them comic vets. They've been reading for quite some time, you know. They don't seem like super hardcore on like history and continuity and stuff, but they said they didn't really care. They did not like Batcat, but they just felt like it jumped around so much to like different continuities and stuff. They felt like you never really knew where you were at in the story until you got to the end of that section, you know.
I don't know why I don't have a problem with this. It was time stamping through the book, and it was doing it intentionally because, and think about it, if we're going from his run on Batman as just a loose foundation, just the relationship with him and Catwoman, and then it starts you out at one point, and it's just as it's progressing, one plot is just kind of flashing back to little scenes here and there that's steadily just piecing it in. And Tom King's always doing weird stuff like that, man. But but it works. Like he literally gives you puzzle pieces. That's how he starts his stories, with puzzle pieces, so that you can watch them fill in. You as a reader are going to on a journey of discovery with these characters. You're not going to have an advantage on these characters when you read this. And I like that. You know, I don't need to know more about Ghostmaker than Batman does. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather discover it with the characters. And I don't know, it's a very fully immersed reading experience when you do it that way. And the fact that he's pulling so heavy from the animated series, I just want to throw the spoiler out there so bad, but who the bad guy is about to be, I'm stoked about, man.
Well, I mean, it's Mask of Phantasm, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't want to throw all that out there.
I thought we already.
No, we've known that for months. Yeah.
Well, I'm
pretty sure they solicited that.
Dude, I don't look much at soliciting. I just look at what's coming out. I don't like spoilers.
Yeah,
and then I do a spoiler
I don't
show.
really read solicits, but I listen to enough podcasts and stuff. Like they mentioned, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, I feel like now that
And
Phantasm was the villain.
Yep.
and it's not necessarily Andrea. It looks like it might be her daughter.
Now that I hadn't heard, so that is kind of interesting.
History is just a blueprint to see how you can get better with a character or characters. True. I just looked it up, Mark, and Death Metal ends the same week that Future
State begins. Mm-hmm.
And I looked as far ahead as I possibly could.
As soon as you get out of Future State,
it was
blank.
back to like regular numbers, and it just was Future State through the end of February. All of January, all of March, all of January, all of February are all Future State. And
Yeah, but after that, they don't have anything showing, do they?
Nothing.
Yeah, I looked just a minute ago too. I normally look like 2-3 weeks ahead of what's coming out. And while we were talking, I went and looked, and they have like 2 or 3 titles listed for March that are just King in Black and an indie or something that I saw so far. I don't think they know what they're doing.
I was gonna say, what if they don't have a plan and like comics just like don't start again?
I don't know.
I'll start looking up a lot more indies.
I think we're just on that rolling 3-month cycle, and we haven't caught up to the 3 months of previews. You know,
they just need to figure out their stuff.
January, February, March, April, May or June. The next volumes of the Earth 1 series stuff is going to be rolling out. You know, all the hardback collections for the Earth 1 stuff that they do.
Oh, nice.
These are all ridiculously fantastic.
Yeah, I
read
Jeff
Johns. This was his. Yeah, his Batman stuff was fantastic. And when you watch the trailer for the new movie, oh, they're not cheap. Like $25, man.
Oh,
hardback.
wow.
But shortly after, they do come out in paperback for a little bit cheaper.
I think I got mine like used on eBay for like $10 or $15.
Yeah, I was about to say I got my Batman Volume 2 off my comic shop for $10.
Oh, nice.
But the Wonder Woman stuff that Grant Morrison did was amazing. It was a little weird, but like the dude who invented Wonder Woman was a huge feminist. He had a wife and a mistress. They all lived together and like family unit together. He was big into like women empowerment and stuff. So Grant Morrison writes this in that same style and vein, but like if it was today. So it's wild. It's really cool. The Superman stuff was amazing.
Have they done a collection of Daniel Warren Johnson's Wonder Woman? Is it Dead Earth?
Dead Earth just came out this past week. Yeah, I bought all those. It came out. Yeah, it came out this past week.
Is it just a trade paperback? I only read the first one, but see, that's how I want it, like a hardback version of that. I've only read the first issue, but oh my god, man, like I was emotional. Like by the time I got to the end of that, like I was tearing up. Like it was intense.
Did you read Murder Falcon?
Yeah.
Dude, I've
the way that he like brings things together. Oh my god, dude!
that 1-2 page spread when old girl pulls the wolf out, like I'm just in tears. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I have to ask you guys: do you guys think it's a mistake that DC is going to Future State and making you read that if you want to read DC? Is that a mistake?
Yes, absolutely. But that's their style, man.
But like they're doing it, I feel like because they're like, okay, like if we do this as just an event of all these extra tie-ins, people probably aren't going to read it. But if that's the only DC available to them, they're going to buy it.
Yeah, well, I think it's I think they're hemorrhaging money. I think they commissioned a lot of people to develop and design and do the work to create this whole 5G thing, and once that got scrapped, they have to do whatever they can to at least break even on all the development they did on it, you know.
So 2 months of not paying writers and artists.
Yeah, like you said, if they don't take everything else away, nobody's going to buy it. So they're not going to break even without forcing you to buy it, you know.
That's true. So they're doing it. So Mark, you say they're doing it so they can save 2 months of paying artists and writers.
Well, like he was saying, yeah, like if all this is Dan DiDio stuff, man, and he's been gone for how long now? So how long has this money been spent?
And you know what's interesting is Dan DiDio is actually writing a comic book for DC still. Did you guys know that?
Nuh-uh.
No, as far as I knew, he went over and destroyed the Quibi app.
He's writing Metalman. Did you guys know that he was a writer for Metalman?
I didn't.
Mm-mm.
He's the writer.
Last I had heard, he was going to teach at the Kubert School or something, or one of those schools.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you think like they probably, let's assume they spent $1 million developing this, they have to make at least $1 million to break even, so they're going to have to like do what?
What if everyone hates it?
They can't afford for anybody to hate it right now.
But what if no one buys it?
I think they're trying to force it because I don't think it's going to be bad. I don't think it's going to be great, or it's not going to be like some long-standing, amazing event. But if you take the time to read through this, you're like, oh, that sounds cool. Do you know what the Flash line's about? You're going to hate it now that I mentioned it.
I know it. I know what it's about, and I am going to hate it immensely.
You sure? I'm not talking about the Flash who's the Flash on the Justice League team. I'm talking about the actual Flash books. Like the whole Flash family's still there. They're all depowered, trying to find their power. Wally's been possessed by a time wraith that's been hiding in the Speed Force. Yeah, sounds wild.
Yeah, so there's two Flashes. There's a cross-gendered Flash.
Non-binary.
Whatever. And there's a Flash that's Wally that's evil now. So they're doing it again.
Well, there's more Flashes than that. Because there's like the future state stuff isn't one timeline. Some of these books are grouped at some point on a timeline, and the rest are grouped at a different point on a timeline. Like the timeline goes from the year 2025 all the way up to 82,020, and then end of time with the Eternal Wonder Woman. So you're going to have different Flashes on the timeline.
It's like they're trying to do their own Powers of X and House of X.
I didn't keep up with that. I don't.
Or
Possibly.
anything you want to think about House of X or Powers of X? Or Powers of 10? No. So the House of X was like they said it was like an intermingled story, and it was, but it wasn't. Like House of X was basically its own story. Powers of 10, I'm still unsure what it was about. It was like the full timeline.
Yeah, well, I think the key to it all is like this is year 0, and then this story takes place in a multiple of that. So this is year 0, so now we have a story in year 10, and then year 100 and 1,000 years from there. And so you're getting like the same characters and the same family lines, but in different time periods.
And so the only thing that you learned from the Powers of 10 was that regardless, the machines and the machines and what are those things called?
Sentinels?
The Sentinels?
Sentinels, they win, regardless. No matter how many years or how many different times that Moira comes back to life, the X-Men always lose.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think basically what you figured out is they just have to deal with it, and either way, they're just going to have to – everyone's going to die at some point. It's basically,
so is Days of Future past the movie?
Roughly, but worse.
Worse.
Powers of 10 sucked. House of X was good.
Yeah, I mean, with the Hickman thing, like it's just way more complicated than that, Yeah.
Complicated.
Yeah, because like they specifically went with Powers of 10. I mean, they went with Powers of 10 because it was a great marketing term, but it also meant that like to tell their story and have it thematically make sense, it means that you got these like really awkward time periods where it's like these same characters at like year 0 and then at year 10 and then at year 100 and year 1,000 and year 1 million, and like it just keeps whatever year you want to the 10th power, so you have to write all these. And I think a big part of that was Hickman wanted to frame the beginning and the end of his universe so nobody else can play in his sandbox and mess it all up, Whatever they do has to go back to like the ending that I've already established,
Yep.
Like that was the weirdest thing about that whole thing was he built a universe, like the architecture in the story from the beginning. And so you were seeing the beginning, the middle, and the end. So everything has to always line up, whatever some other creator does, he's always going to have to go back to my ending or my beginning.
That's what I'm worried about. We're going to get with Future State.
Yeah, now that you say it, like that's kind of what it sounds like.
But they got themselves off the hook though, because they've done that before with bringing Kingdom Come in canon and calling it a different universe. They've done it with numerous Elseworld stories, and just the concept of this itself, where everything counts and everything matters. It's like some Terminator stuff. There's no fate but what we make. You know, this doesn't have to be you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the way I understood it, the whole 5G thing was kind of going to be like the main line, and then they were going to have all the legacy characters and like a sideline so they could appease both factions. So I assume, since this definitely seems like the leftovers of that whole thing, I assume that somehow this is going to reconnect back to actual continuity, and they're just going to have like one line. I guess kind of like Batman Beyond. Didn't they just fold him back into the current timeline?
I think so.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like what they're trying to go for now to salvage it all is like we're just going to fold the things. They'll do whatever characters are successful out of that, they'll fold into continuity.
It's not going to be good. What was the other? It sounds like it's going to be like Convergence.
Ugh.
That's what it sounds like.
I had fun reading that. It wasn't great, but I read it on the DC Universe app. All 96 issues, all tie-ins in 14 days.
Wow.
Talk about fatigued.
I read 0 through 52 of Batman New 52 and all the annuals, so 57 issues in a weekend one time, and I was like, this is pretty good. I actually prefer to read them all in a row like that versus every other month like we do usually. So. But I don't know. I couldn't do 96 issues of Convergence. Couldn't do it.
Yeah. I had a small window to work in.
I'm not excited about this future state, but I will give it a try. And I like DC. I'm a DC stan. So hopefully it's good. But
I'm sure there'll be parts of it that are like
DC
seeing
like
Jonathan Kent running as Superman. Like I've seen Jonathan Kent in the current DC stuff crushing it. Like Tom Taylor's Jonathan Kent grown up is perfect. Like as Superman, as his own Superman, he just did that seamlessly. It wasn't a weird fit. I don't know how. So having Jonathan Kent as Superman grown up, I'm wondering if this writer can do it the same justice.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, future state's good. But
yeah, I agree with Mark. I think there's going to be some good and some bad in it.
How are you supposed to glide with that? It's Baby Cake Batman.
Micro wings.
I'll read Future State when we get off here.
Yeah, at least give yourself an idea of what you might be excited for.
Yeah, because they're gonna cram it down your throat either way.
Well, there's some stuff in here that if it didn't come out where I was forced to read it, I would pick up. Like I think that War of Worlds looks absolutely fantastic. And I think the Dark Detective, that one and Dark Detective, where you're actually following Bruce, are the ones that just really most intrigue me.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of falling back on those characters.
I think we should save Firepower for next week, so Panda can read.
Yeah, because he hasn't read it either.
You haven't read it either?
No, I can't. I'm not able to get to the store to pick that one up until
I think we should
tomorrow. I'm very excited for it, man.
Okay, then let's wait to review it next week.
Yeah,
that is such a good book. That's one that y'all put me on, so I appreciate that.
Dude, it's
no problem.
So I still remember when it came out, like for New Comic Book Day, Free Comic Book Day. Like everyone was posting about it, and I picked it up, and I was like, "Did anyone else get this?" And we all like got it within like the same 2 or 3 days, and we're all like, "We have to review this," because we all loved it, and then we've all just been reading it since then. And Ryan getting to get the prequel. And I could not get to OGN forever because my shop didn't get it. But finally, when I did, I read it right before issue 3, which that's where it ties in big time. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, that's probably my favorite indie right now.
So I picked up issue 3 the day it came out and went back and got issue 1 and 2 in the OGN, and I read all of them. I read the OGN on a Tuesday, then I read 1, 2, and 3 on a Wednesday, right before y'all did the show for the new issue that next Thursday. Really good timing. My shop had an OGN just sitting on the shelf the whole time, and I picked it up and looked at it a couple times when I've heard y'all talk about it, and then it's kind of Ryan's reaction, man. When Ryan says something's good, it's not going to be bad. Might not be my cup of tea. It might not be my cup of tea, but it won't be bad. That We Live book, dude. What?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. That second issue of that, man. Woo.
Whoa.
When that lion came out of nowhere, I was like, did not see
Nowhere.
that coming.
So you're saying you trust Ryan's opinion more than mine? Dang.
After Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 55, you forced my hand. No, I enjoyed 55. It was, you had me so pumped for 55, but you did not let me down with Mighty Morphin 1 and Power Rangers 1.
I was going to ask you,
think
did I deliver?
you had them in perfect perspective. Like, I just think that because I hadn't read all three of them, like you'd read all three of them, so you tiered them perfectly. But I hadn't read any of them. So that excitement that you were already running on from Power Ranger 1, I put that toward 55. Totally misplaced.
Yeah.
55
Totally misplaced.
was the third best of those three.
Yeah, out of those three, absolutely. I just put your
Just got
energy
better
that
and
was
better.
coming. Yeah, your energy. You already read
Yeah.
Power Ranger 1 before I read 55, so you had Power Ranger 1 energy.
Dude,
You had
I
like Omega Rangers with
because-
Draken energy coming out of you.
oh my
I took that. I
You know how
absorbed
hard
that
that
energy and threw it in that garbage book. It didn't,
You
it
know
didn't
how
fit.
hard that was not to say to anyone that
I
ending
wish
of-
it was harder. I wish it was a lot harder because I would have loved to hear more.
well, and you know what's interesting is we found out like probably a week or two later after I read those early that like there was all those things coming out about how Draken was going to join the Omega Rangers. Like that was out a week or two after I'd read it early. So people like I was like, man, I wish they wouldn't have come out with that because people aren't going to they're going to see it happening because I didn't see it coming at all. So I wish other people didn't see it coming too because it would have.
Yeah, and that kind of gives you some insight into how Ryan Parrott must feel every time he's like crafting this stuff for like 6 months and then they go and ruin it and solicit.
Oh my God.
Like a month before.
Did you see his tweet that day when it was because remember I showed you guys the covers for
Yeah, I still have them in my phone.
for issue 4. Like they ended up taking it down. Bleeding Cool did, but he sent out a tweet later that day of someone just shoving a computer off their desk because he was so pissed off about it.
Wow.
I bought
Dude,
my
as soon as you
dude. Nice, Sam. Thank you, brother. I like it. Awesome.
soon
Yeah,
as you,
because you did. You
put
came
those
in
pictures
like
up, I screenshot them.
I saw it and I was like, I mean, I already knew. Like I've known, like I've actually known for a while, but like I guessed it back in the summer. Like,
Dude, I was telling Brent before he even got a chance to pick up and start reading any of them. Like, you're gonna want to check this out. I bet they're about to make this guy. Because I was telling him about it the whole time while I'm reading it, And back when Matt started really pushing them, I'm like, dude, I think they're gonna do something with this guy. He's been around for too long. After they didn't kill him, because like they had a chance to kill him if they were going to kill him, like where it would have really emotionally mattered, and they did.
when he was on the moon.
Well, no, after that, after the moon, because of the moon, he kind of flipped his lid and he was running out into the city in the middle of giant robot fights. He was trying to be there.
Yeah. PTSD.
Like, dude,
He was
that would
messed
have
up,
been.
man. I don't know.
They had the
I became a Matt stan like when they went to the moon.
Matt.
At that point, I was like, this is such a good guy because, like, just like he's very virtuous. He reminds me of like he's got the sense of responsibility of Jason, but he has some of the like leadership of Tommy.
He's the only person who's ever earned a spot on the team.
Well, but because I love Tommy. Obviously, I love Tommy, but they kind like the comics kind of made it outside of the white light issue in Go. The other issues when like he's super pissed off that he lost his Green Ranger power and he's like running off to his uncle's cabin and he's training and he's super mad at the world.
Oh, she doesn't love me anymore.
They kind of made him look like a tool.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I said that the other week, and y'all like, well, he is a tool.
I mean, he is, but he's still my
They're
favorite.
going out of their way to make him.
Well, he's arrogant.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Wouldn't-
to me, like Matt is kind of like Tommy, but like more humble. He doesn't come off all arrogant and like a brat, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, again, he's earned it. You know what I mean? He wasn't given. He wasn't given anything. He wasn't. If you think about it, they all do. They all should have personality defects because they were chosen because of them. They're teenagers with attitude.
Well, and he didn't have his name was not listed on that panel the first time we saw the possible new Green Rangers. All those names are up there. His name was not on there. Did you
Those
guys
were
know?
the VR. Those were the VR troopers.
There's a whole bunch of just random names and then some VR trooper names, but yeah, his
Yeah,
name
they
was
had
not
all
on
three
there.
of them.
I think he said, I'm sure he thought, well, if I put his name on there, everyone's going to know that he's the new Green Ranger. So I don't know. I've not read this yet. Southern Comic Geek, so please stop with the spoilers if you were to spoil.
Dude, that was an amazing read. It really was. You should put that first on your to-do list for your books. It was a blast.
It will be, and then I'm going to read the Future State preview, and then I'm going to read Best of Donatello. And then
I'm excited for that one.
Flash.
That Raph one they did was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
What is that? Are they just pulling all the best of stories?
So they're pulling like 3 or 4 like best stories, and they're always like the micro series, or they're like their I don't know, centric stories on it. Like obviously they did the Raphael first appearance of Casey Jones in that one, but it was colored. Obviously, it was a color classic, and then it did 2 IDW micro series Raphaels in there.
Yeah, where he got kidnapped by the Foot and like fought his way out of the whole stronghold base.
Yep.
Dude, that was nuts.
Is it just like the stories dropped in there, like no continuity, just flip the page and you're at it, or are they weaving a story around it?
It's individual. There's 2, 3 stories. There's 3 stories.
Usagi Yojimbo, they did color classics for that. And that was really cool because it was like Usagi and his homeboy, and like they're having sake and stuff, you know, sitting there. And so there's like a story going on, and Usagi's like telling the stories. And then it goes back to like basically colored reprints of the original Usagi stories, you know. And then at the end of it, it'll come out of it, and they're like paying their tab or whatever. And then he starts telling the next story, and you go into it, you know. It was a really cool way to like redo all the history of those like 1980s and 90s stories.
Dang. So I'm looking. Are you looking at that picture too, Mark? In the birthday
Yes, dude. I do that every night, man, with Finn. My wife was just yelling at him to go to bed. Kelly gets up and waits on me to go lay down with him.
So
I got to crawl in a Batmobile with my shins down, hanging off. Of course, my son sleeps in a Batmobile.
that's amazing.
Of course.
Of course.
So I have a Burke Family 54 Comics chat for all the people that are channel members, and Flash 6792 put a photo of him holding his baby with the phone on top of the baby. He's holding the baby, trying to get it to go to sleep as he's watching our live stream.
You want me to show it?
That's
You want me
amazing.
to show it?
I don't know if he wants us to or not.
Yeah. That's the cutest picture, man.
I know, dude. That's an amazing picture.
DJ Links commented about Finn on that little unboxing video we did. He said how he misses it when his kid was that young, and I told him I miss Finn when he was 6 months younger than he is now. Man, it just goes so fast.
You and Finn are twins. It's like it's like Boba Fett, right?
Well, I thought you were going to say Austin Powers, bad guy.
Dr. Evil.
And
Boba Fett and Jango Fett, the same person. They're clones.
yeah,
Yeah.
So that's you and Finn.
it is. You should when he was young, of course, like my mom was pulling out my baby pictures, holding them next to us, and other than the picture quality, they look pretty much the same.
Hold on one second here. So this is what we're talking about. He said we can. So here's our boy Flash 6792 Robert watching our show as he's being a dad. That is what's up. And you can tell that he was just holding the baby the other way because you can see the stuff on his shirt.
Yeah, that's
I
Dad
feel
1000 right there.
I feel that 100%. I remember that age like it was yesterday.
Yep.
And now my daughter is tomorrow. She will be exactly 1 month away from turning 6.
Wow.
Crazy.
My daughter's like 2 weeks out from 3, so they grow up
Mine's
quick.
13 and 9 months.
Oof.
2 separate ones. A teenager and an infant.
Green
That's,
Rangers with freaking laser beams? What?
It's an Austin Powers joke.
Oh,
I need sharks with freaking laser beams
Sharks
on
with
their head.
freaking laser beams.
what is that annoying kid that's in that movie? Dr. Evil's son.
Seth Green.
Seth Green.
Oh my gosh, he's so funny in every movie back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh,
Can't
dude's
hardly
a
wait.
genius.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
All of Robot Chicken.
He's an
Oh, I
idle
love
hand with
Robot
one of the
Chicken.
dead best friends.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so we pretty much reached the end of our Thursday night chat that always gets off track sometimes. Mark, you guys just did a giveaway. You guys just reached 200 subscribers, which is awesome.
Yeah.
What do you got going on in your channel coming up, brother?
I'm going to be doing a very, very exciting unboxing video I'll be posting tomorrow. And then I've got at week's end our live hangout this weekend where we just do a spoiler-filled look back on this week in comics and more. Hopefully be talking some Mandalorian. I'm really excited about that coming out tomorrow.
Oh,
And,
yeah, we should watch party.
Yeah, I'm always there.
Boom.
Yeah, I'll be excited. Let's do it. But that's pretty much it. Just got an unboxing video to do and then that live stream and there's the next couple things.
And you just did an unboxing today on your channel. So if you haven't seen that,
Yeah.
check it out. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm actually 33, not 23. Just turned 33 2 weeks ago. Ryan, what you got going on your channel, bro?
I'm gonna have another video maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday. And then I have an interview going up on Monday. And it's a shorter one, so maybe Steve will watch it. It's only like 30 minutes.
Hey, I watch your videos sometimes, man. It's tough though, man. Those 2 hour long, I'm like, I can't do it, man. I just can't.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I like about those. That's why I like to do those because I feel like I get a much better response out of people, and there's a lot of nuggets, and so people can go through and find the parts that they find most appealing about it, and
For sure.
that's what I like doing, like. One of those, it was only 2 hours because the software limited me to exporting 2 hours, but it was recorded for 4.5 hours. I was up until like 2 o'clock in the morning. So you're lucky they won't let me put out all of it that I want to give to you.
Well, and what's interesting is I say I don't do 2 hours, but our show right now is at 2 hours and 8 minutes.
True.
Okay. My channel, I uploaded my new Comic Book Day haul video from today. And if you guys watch it, I mean, obviously I got a lot of cool stuff, but my shop, they have some pretty good stuff. Like they have some Last Ronin still. They have a couple of Venom 3s, a ton of really cool slabs. It's a nice store, nice little store. So make sure you check that out. Tomorrow I'm going to have an unboxing. And then I think Saturday I'm going to do either tomorrow or Saturday. I'm going to do that watch party for The Mandalorian. And then I'll probably do a members only live stream too, to show off what books I'm giving away for the Burke Box 2. And then on Sunday, I'm going to do my Mighty Morphin #2 spoiler-free review. And then I don't know what I got going on Monday and Tuesday, but that's and my new Comic Book Day top picks will probably go out on Monday. So that's what I know for sure is coming out. So
Awesome.
daily content on my channel.
Nice.
I might throw in a PS5 video in there or something.
How many views did the last one get?
1,200 right now.
Good Lord.
Jeez.
They got 1,100 in 24 hours, and then it just kind of died off. But I mean, this is like 4.5 minutes long. It took me like 30 minutes to make that. Maybe an hour. But I'll take
Wow.
1,100, 1,200 views versus what I normally get my comic book videos. Like I said, I'm going to probably do one non-comic book video per week, but still obviously stick to just mostly comics. So
What happened with the with your parents' store? The video you put up.
So, what's up, Sindane? How's it going, man? We're about to get off here in a minute. But they turned it into the police. They haven't heard anything back. Dude, the police suck. Honestly, like in our area at least. Like, so these people came in one time. This dude wrote a bad check for appliances, $1,500 worth of appliances. And I was the manager at a time, and I okayed it because he had his license with him. It was one of those licenses that, like, you know, when you get a new license, you get a paper license.
Copy.
Mm-hmm. He had a paper license, but it still had his name and all of his stuff on there. And we ran it through our check system where it verifies all their information, and it was verified, right? So I was fine, but it ended up being like the check that he wrote it on, because it only verifies their identification. It doesn't verify the check. The check was created at home, like the address. Like we ended up going to that person's house just to be like, hey, you know, give us our $1,500. Someone else lives there. It was just like,
Wow.
anyways, the police came and I talked to them, and they had all these pictures of the man and the woman. I identified both of them. And I said, well, I talked to the other person that was working that day, and he couldn't identify him, but you could. But they've been stealing from everyone all over. And so you're like 10th in the line of a billion. So we couldn't get anything. Nothing.
So what happened with the video, though? Did you get views?
Sorry. I went off on a tangent there that I probably don't care about.
Yeah, but that was probably the more interesting part.
298 views. And that's a video that's just gonna like slowly just keep going. It's not like this is happening right now and then it's over. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, slow burn. People like to watch criminal stuff all the time.
do a spoiler-free review of DC, which I thought DC's were this week, issue 6. I didn't realize it was a 7-issue series after the last one was 6. So,
Dude, it's
I
about to
haven't
go
read any
down
since,
in this
like,
last
the
issue.
Third one.
dang. Well, thanks guys for joining me. I had a great time as always, and next week we'll do it again. We'll do it again next week. And
Sounds
we'll
good.
talk Mighty Morphin #2. We will talk what else? Venom 31, because that ties into King of Black if people want to. I mean, I'm going to want to. And then what else comes out next week? I put it on my list. I guess I can pull it up real quick if you guys want to for like 3 minutes. We can talk about what comes out next week and we can pick. I always use League of Comic Geeks.
Same here.
.com. It's the best possible place to look, and you get all the variants and all the information. So if we're looking at just DC, Flash, I'll read it.
Look at Black Adam's head.
Why is his head so little?
It's so little.
I don't know.
It's shrinking. It's shrinking the cold.
Dark Knight's Death Metal. I mean, I want to read this, but man, $9. I don't know.
If it's oversized, it's worth it.
Marvel, Venom is coming out.
Have y'all read the J.J. Abrams Spider-Man series? That right there on the top right. I have been picking up that one. That was really cool so far.
No, I hadn't read any of it. I heard it's man.
Crossover #2
Stoked.
comes out. What'd you say?
Said I'm stoked. That's got a lot of potential, man.
Yeah. No. Like I said, I'm excited for the world. It's not.
I'll read it.
Honestly, I forgot #2 was coming up until I looked at the list earlier, though. Like, it didn't hook me, but I am interested in that world. I want to know what they're going to do with all that.
Click on the crossover and look at the variant for it real quick, Steve.
All good, Sindane. All good, brother.
On the bottom right.
The black and white?
No, that one
The
right there.
pinkish? Yeah, that one?
the Superman-esque character that they said could fly in and out of the barrier. See the Ben-Day dots on the left where he's inside the comic world flying out. I'm assuming that's supposed to be the Superman analog.
Yeah.
So that's supposed to be Superman,
Yeah.
but not really.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And look, who did that variant?
I already know. I don't have to look. It's John GM.
Yeah, that thing's fire though.
So we'll do crossover. We'll do. I want to do Venom. 31. I do. You guys don't have to. We don't have to though.
Yeah, I'm going to be up and up on all this King in Black stuff. I'm following it on this dude I know who literally does a walkthrough of each book.
Mighty Morphin #2. So we'll do Mighty Morphin crossover for sure, and then we can do Venom and then maybe one other as well. Sound good? Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Crossover supposed to be nuts. You hate Donny Cates? Oh, he's saying it because he's gonna have to. He's liking what he's writing. I will say Donny Cates. He's kind of weird, but I will say the weirdest people write the best stuff. Like Alan Moore.
I thought you were about to say Alan Poe.
No, Alan Moore, the wizard, right? The wizard,
Yeah.
guy. He looks freaking weird, but he's an amazing writer. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mark, for joining us. Thank you, Ryan, as always, for joining us. I will say this: Ryan started joining me over a year ago to review comic books. We started with, I think it was the very first one we did was issue 40 or 41 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Very possible.
I remember.
Y'all been through a lot together.
All the worst issues of Power Rangers.
True. So, yeah, Ryan's been doing a show with me for a long time, and I appreciate that. We got to know each other through Chino Comics some more because I used to do a show on there.
Surely it had to be older than that, though, because didn't we talk about some Go-Go issues before that? Didn't we review Forever Rangers?
So it's got to be. We probably started. I want to say probably in August or September of last year. But then I said to you, we need to start the show in January.
That's true. Yeah, we did do some stuff before we actually did like every Thursday.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure we talked about those like 18, 19, and 20 of Go-Go.
I think we did.
Go-Go was fantastic.
It was.
Oh my god, I love this series.
It was so good. First 20, 21 issues were so good. I mean, even after that, it was good, but not as good as those first 20 issues.
Yeah. Without Dan Mora, it wasn't the same. But
Dan Moore is legendary.
Yeah. Forever Rangers, so good. Alpha
Rangers
1,
player.
oh my god, I love Alpha 1. He better be coming back. He better be in Power Rangers. That's where he needs to be, in Power Rangers.
The Alpha 1 variants. That's sick. That was sick.
Yeah.
Okay, I keep putting this off. You guys have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Thank you again to our channel members. We got Ruben Guzman, Mark from Legion of Comics. Thank you, Mark. The Cover Collector, Mike V, DJ Links, Deep Dive Comics, Flash 6792, The Comic Book Poser, Selwyn Collectibles Lounge, and Kidrano Prince. Thank you guys for being family tier members. Thank you to supporter tier as well. Thank you also to our Thursday Night Chat sponsor, Comic Book _pressing. If you need any pressing needs, make sure you head up Eric on Instagram at Comic Book _pressing and use my promo code BURK54 and you get free shipping back to you. Thanks, guys, for joining us. And as always, go Cats, Cowabunga,